Hi there. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cody Schultz. I study at Michigan State majoring in International Relations and Economics, and I'm running for Secretary General of MSUMUN 16. My MSUMUN philosophy can be described as SET for success, in this case, SET with two S's. MSUMUN should be a service nonprofit, a social organization, engaged at the personal level, and trusting of the unknown. I will describe this sort of philosophy as I was as a crisis director in MSUMUN 14 and how that would manifest itself as me being Secretary General in MSUMUN 16. So looking to the first, MSUMUN should be a service nonprofit. I think in elections especially, it's easy to overhype the family and warm fuzziness about MSUMUN, when in fact it really is a mission. It's an organization with a mission dedicated to helping middle schoolers and high schoolers in Michigan engage with their wider world around them. And fulfilling this mission requires discipline, especially when things don't go as well, when personalities clash, and when the work isn't very fun. As crisis director, I made sure that we put business first in our committee, making sure we had weekly assignments and badgering the junior staffers when they didn't, do them on time. But what I think this did was that junior staffers saw that senior staff took its job seriously, and so they were taking their job seriously as well. The result wasn't a committee meetings that were often fun because they were organized, and that the conference itself went very well, and we were all having a great time because we had figured things out beforehand. The second thing MSUMUN should be is a social organization, because people join MSUMUN also to have fun. People join MSUMUN to make friends, and frequently committees can sort of become islands or isolated from everyone else. That's why I think it's important to have social events, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic, very early on in the year to sort of set the tone, establish a forum for people to meet each other. I think Secretariat has a key role in this, in being present at all social events to set the tone for other staff, and also to sort of alleviate the problem of Secretariat being seen as aloof and isolated from everyone else. The third thing I think MSUMUN should be is engaged at a personal level. As crisis director, I made sure to meet one-on-one with each of my staffers throughout the year, asking them how things were going, if they had any concerns. And while I didn't always get so much substantive matters from this, what I think it did was it established that I cared about my staff. I cared about how they were feeling, how they felt about the committee, if they had concerns. And so as Secretary General, I would ensure that I do this with my Secretariat, and that senior staffers would do this with each of their junior staff as well. The final thing about MSUMUN that I think is important is that it should be trusting of the unknown. And I'm breaking a taboo here by talking about the selection of junior staff in general terms, but I think it's important regardless if I'm elected or not. And that is that when David and I, my chair in our committee, made our junior staff selection, we selected several people that weren't selected by any other committee. And this meant that if we hadn't picked them, their future with MSUMUN would be in doubt. Yet these same staffers ended up going on to make incredibly important contributions in both MSUMUN 14 and MSUMUN 15, and I know they will in MSUMUN 16. And so I think then we need to be careful about being judgmental about who is a good fit for MSUMUN and who isn't, because MSUMUN as an organization is very powerful and beautiful in the sense that it can take people of all kinds and use them to help fulfill its mission that I talked about earlier. So you might be wondering where I am right now. If you're not seeing me live, then I'm probably on a plane boarding to Turkey in the second semester of my exchange program in Baku in Azerbaijan. I think that I'm sort of fulfilling MSUMUN and Model UN's call to engage with my wider world around me. Yet I'm also in a sense here in East Lansing with you because I care deeply about MSUMUN, I care deeply about its staff, and I care deeply most of all about the delegates that it's trying to serve. And I would be honored, excited, and humbled if you were to elect me as Secretary General and help MSUMUN be set for success.